inspire us and who constantly remind us of the incredible power of journalism and the media to change lives and to transform societies. We're here to celebrate the courage, the creativity, and the commitment of journalists who tell the stories that matter, often at great personal risk. So please, can we give a very big round of applause to all our finalists here tonight with us? Can the applause be bigger, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we've been introduced already, but permit us to reintroduce ourselves. My name is Rosemond Debiejo Aite. I work with the Media Foundation for West Africa.
And I am Delali Deswasi. Welcome to you all. Please help me welcome the person seated by you. You are all welcome.
Yes, say hello to the guest seated right next to you.
And to our francophone participants, mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir, bienvenue à la 8e édition de la WAMECA. Ce soir, nous célébrons le journalisme d'excellence qui fait avancer la démocratie et les droits de l'homme. Mais WAMECA a été rendu possible grâce à nos partenaires. And Rosemond, WAMECA is made possible thanks to our partners.
Yes, indeed. Tonight, we will be hearing from our sponsors, but we would definitely want to take a moment to thank them for their generous support towards the conference and this awards. So please help me with another round of applause as we thank Code Develop. Yes, a round of applause for Code Develop from DW Academy. Yes, let's keep the applause going for Oxfam in Ghana, for the 11th Hour Project, for Africanenda Foundation, for MTN Ghana and GCB Bank. Thank you all so very much for the support towards WAMECA 2025. Please remember that we are streaming live on MFWA's YouTube and Facebook pages. And the hashtag, as we had for the conference, is still on for the awards tonight. The hashtag is WAMECA 2025 and WAMECA 25. So please do take a picture, post, and let's keep the conversation and the trends going on social media. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, well, this year, WAMECA truly reflects the spirit of West Africa and beyond. We have regional representation from West Africa and other parts of Africa, and indeed beyond the continent, which is a testament to how journalism unites us beyond borders. So we want to take a moment to take away from the countries represented here. So for our guests from Benin, do we have our guests from Benin in the house? Can we see you?
Est-ce que nos participants du Bénin sont là? Pouvez-vous nous faire un signe de la main? Oh, they're over there. Hello.
Okay. Thank you. Can we have our guests from Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso.
Yes, thank you so very much. The Gambia. We know our national partner from the Gambia. I saw him a moment ago. Yes. Thank you. From Ghana, definitely. Ghana. Let's see all the participants, beneficiaries, everyone from Ghana. Thank you. From Guinea-Bissau, I know Diamantino is here tonight. Yes. Thank you. From Côte d'Ivoire. Yes. Thank you for coming. Delali, would you mention the rest of our countries here present?
Oh, yes. We also have Kenya. Can we see our participants from Kenya? Thank you. We have Mali. Est-ce que les Maliens sont là ce soir?
Yes.
We have Nigeria. Thank you. Senegal. Yes. We have Sierra Leone.
Yes.
We have Togo. We also have, they are here on the right.
Yes.
We have Uganda.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
We definitely also want to appreciate our guests from outside Africa. So if you joined us, flew in outside the continent to join us, can you also give us a wave for us to equally acknowledge you? Okay. All right. Thank you all so very much. Well, at this point, it is part of our custom that we are officially welcomed by our hosts. So with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Suleiman Ibrahima, the Executive Director of Media Foundation for West Africa to give us the welcome remarks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations of the Republic of Ghana, my good friend and brother, Honorable Samuel Nate George, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I know you were out of town, but you decided to join us because you prioritize the work that we do and the work that journalists do. Our founder and board member of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Professor Kwame Karkari, Mr. Mohammed Anwar Sadat Adam, Country Director of Oxfam, Madame Ekua Asantua Olusu-Dakun, Senior Investment Associate from Co-Develop, Madame Amakojo, Program Director of DW Academy here in Ghana, the Vice President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Madame Rebecca Ekpe, Madame Aissatou Keita, President of the Gambia Press Union, Mr. Orich Ahotoji, President of the Media Observatory from Benin, Mr. Ibrahima Lissafai, Head of the Convention of Journalists in Senegal, Dr. Francis Sowa, Head of the Media Reform Coordinating Group Sierra Leone, Mr. Diamantino Lopez, Vice President of the Journalists Union in Guinea-Bissau, Mr. Tidiane Togola, Executive Director of Tuwindi Foundation, Mali, my brother Abdul Hamid from UNESCO, Ghana, Madame Fenke Elskamp, the team lead for Africa at Free Press Unlimited in the Netherlands, Madame Barry Diaye, Communications Director, Africa and NENDA from Senegal, representatives of partner organizations, finalists of WAMECA 2025, dear colleagues, journalists from across Africa, ladies and gentlemen. It is my greatest honor and privilege to welcome all of you to the 8th edition of the West Africa Media Excellence Awards, which undoubtedly remains West Africa's biggest and most prestigious journalism awards. Honorable Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this year's awards competition received an impressive 793 entries from journalists working with 600 media organizations across 15 countries in West Africa. We received entries in French, in English, and in Portuguese. This diversity reflects not only the reach of WAMECA Awards, but also the growing strength and vibrancy of journalism across our region. As has been the tradition over the last 7 years, the WAMECA Awards goes through a very rigorous process. All entries were first submitted to a distinguished set of first round of jury members, and after a thorough assessment of the various stories, the first set of jury members shortlisted dozens of stories that were considered worthy of being considered by the grand jury, and these stories were eventually presented to our 4-member grand jury for the final determination. At the MFWA, we hold a very firm commitment and believe that the integrity and credibility of journalism awards is anchored not only on the integrity and credibility of the organizing institution, but also on the quality, competence, and integrity of the jury members who make the ultimate decisions. This year, our grand jury was made up of 4 distinguished African journalists. And ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, allow me to present to you a brief profile of our grand jury members who are here with us tonight. And in no particular order, we have Madame Catherine Kechuru. Catherine is a veteran Kenyan journalist a fellow of Harvard University's Neyman Center, a fellow at the Oxford University's Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism, and an ICFJ Knight Journalism Fellow. She is the first female news editor of the Nations Media Group, which is the largest and most influential media group in East Africa, and she is a founding editor of the Star newspaper in Nairobi. She co-founded Kenya's first fact-checking news site called PesaCheck and led the setting up of the Pan-African Women's Data Journalism Network called WANA Data. Madam Catherine is with us here, and thank you very much for continuing to serve. Next is Mr. Amadou Tidiane C. Mr. Amadou is a seasoned Senegalese journalist and a trainer. He previously worked with the BBC, Agence France Presse, Global Radio News, Channel Africa, among others. He is the founder of the award-winning online media organization Westaff News, and also the founder of Egicom, which has emerged as a premier and Pan-African institution for training ethical, digital savvy, and professional journalists on the continent. Mr. Tidiane, thank you very much. Next is Mr. Joseph Warungo. And if you are like me, who has been a fan of the BBC, I'm sure this name would sound familiar to you. Joseph is a Kenyan media and communications consultant, a trainer with over 30 years of experience in international journalism. He was the head of BBC Africa News and Current Affairs Department and a former Knight International Journalism Fellow. For many years, Mr. Joseph Warungu taught at the Aga Khan University's Graduate School of Media and Communication Studies in Nairobi, with a partnership with over 25 national universities. And the last but not the least of our grand jury members is Madame Renee Mendy. Renee is an international journalist with more than 30 years experience working with international media organizations. She previously worked with outlets such as BBC World Service, RFI, and TV5 Monde, where she anchored news bulletins and hosted programs on economics and society. She has interviewed several heads of states and several government officials across the continent and beyond. We are excited and delighted that these distinguished African journalists continue to render their services to us in terms of serving as our grand jury members for the determination of who becomes the winners in this year's election, in this year's WAMECA Awards. After weeks of diligent work, members of the grand jury settled on 26 finalists from 7 countries, whose works epitomize great journalism, and finally, they settled on 9 ultimate winners. So gathered here tonight, we have 26 finalists from the 7 countries and winners who represent the best of journalism from across West Africa. To these distinguished journalists, I say, we have all gathered here tonight because of you. You represent the very best of journalism in West Africa, journalists who speak truth to power, amplify the voices of the voiceless, and use the pen and microphone to help build a better society. We are here to celebrate and honor you for your excellent works and for contributing to the development of our region through journalism excellence. We salute your courage, your creativity, and your commitment to ethical journalism. I wish to, at this point, express our sincere gratitude to all our esteemed partners and sponsors who have made WAMECA 2025 possible. And I say this especially to Co-Develop, to DW Academy, to Oxfam in Ghana, Africa Nenda, MTN, and GCB Bank. We are also deeply grateful to our other institutional partners and funders, including the ECOWAS Commission, Hewlett Foundation, Wikimedia Foundation, the Smith Family Foundation through the 11th Hour Project, the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands here in Ghana, the European Union, GIZ, DW Academy, Oxfam, and IFEX for the continued support for the work of the Media Foundation for West Africa. A special thank you also goes to the over 65 media organizations across West Africa who are partnering us for WAMECA 2025. Your collaboration certainly strengthens us and also contributes to a shared vision to advance quality journalism and defend freedom of expression in our region. To all the finalists and winners, I say congratulations. Your works remind us why journalism matters and why journalism must be defended, protected, and celebrated. May tonight inspire all of us, government officials here, diplomats, policymakers, media leaders, and journalists, so that collectively we can continue to invest in a free, independent, and responsible media that serves the public. Once again, thank you very much for joining us, and may we enjoy ourselves for the rest of the evening. Thank you so much.
Mr. Brima, permission to let you stay a bit. We've just been notified that there's a surprise message for you from a media partner in Guinée-Bissau.
Yes.
So, Delali.
Donc, si M. Diamantino Domingo Lopez est là, nous aimerions l'inviter sur scène pour présenter.
Okay, it's a night of surprises. So, yes. Mr. Brima, this
I
one.
see some drinks coming.
So there's our national partner wants to give you a presentation and deliver a short message for you. So over to you, Diamantino.
But I don't speak Portuguese.
Melissa and I are here.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Muito boa noite. Agradecemos a oportunidade, o convite formulado à nossa organização, que é a Sinjotex, Sindicato de Jornalistas e Técnicos de Comunicação Social de Guiné-Bissau, para mais uma vez estar presente nesse grande encontro.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank once again, on behalf of Sinjotex, for being invited to this event. Throughout the years, the Media Foundation has always included us in what they do.
Ok, como é a nossa tradição, num evento dessa natureza sempre deixamos um presente. Então trouxemos aqui 2 panos que simboliza os valores da nossa pátria, né? É a imagem do nosso herói imortal, Amílcar Lopes Cabral, como Kwame Nkrumah aqui em Ghana.
So we brought a present that symbolizes our national hero, Amílcar Cabral, just like you have Kwame Nkrumah here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How do I put it on? Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you.
All right, our photographers on standby. I think it's been turned upside down, so yes. So let's just. I think we've got. There. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sinjotex. Thank you for the presentation.
Muito obrigado, Sinjotex.
Temos mais para o professor. Ele era para o professor Karen.
We have another gift for Professor Kakari.
Okay, so we are here and we are taking the awards ourselves.
Please, we would like to invite Prof on the...
A round of applause for Professor Kakari as he
please.
comes off stage. This is a surprise.
Okay, I think I should begin my thank you to them so that we don't take a lot of your time whilst Prof is being presented with his present. To my colleagues from Guinea-Bissau, all I know and all I can say is to say obrigado. Thank you so much for this honor. And I should also say that Guinea-Bissau, unfortunately, happens to be one of the countries that is almost ignored in terms of development interventions in our region, for a number of reasons in terms of access and in terms of the language. But it is also the only country that the Media Foundation has set up a physical office where we have staff that are based there. So the Lali, for example, was posted there about 6 months ago to be based there. And the Lali works with our colleague, Melissa, who is from Guinea-Bissau. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sule. So it's time to receive some remarks from our sponsors. So with pleasure, I would like to invite Madame Ekuya Asantua Owusu-Dakon. A round of applause for her. She's a Senior Investment Associate at Co-Develop to give us her remarks. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Honorable Minister, Professor Kakari, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed. On behalf of Co-Develop, I would like to thank the Media Foundation for West Africa for partnering with us in our quest to ensure that digital public infrastructure serves everyone equitably. To all our finalists, I'd like to say Aiko. Your stories are truly inspiring and transformative. And to our fellows, thank you for applying and serving as ambassadors for DPI. Once again, I'd like to say thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Ekuya, may I now invite Madam Amakojo from DW Academy to give us her remarks as well. Please, can we warmly welcome her? Tonight is a night of applause, so please let's start warming up with the applauses. All right.
Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Honorable Samuel Nate George, founder of Media Foundation for West Africa, Professor Kwame Kakari, our host and executive director, Suleiman Abrahima, members of the Diplomatic Corps, digital and media development partners, leaders of press unions, media practitioners, WAMECA 2025 finalists, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. A heartfelt regards from DW Academy for this evening. This year's WAMECA asks us to reflect on a key development of the digital era, digital public infrastructure across Africa. From national ID systems to civic platforms and open data initiatives, DPI is transforming how citizens engage with governments, access services, and assert their rights. Over the past 2 days, panel sessions have shed light on the potential and complexity of this transformation, from navigating opaque data regimes and developing transparency tools to advocating for inclusive digital ecosystems. These conversations have reminded us that journalism is not just a mirror held up to society. It is also a lever for accountability, a bridge to the public, and a safeguard for democracy. as DW Academy's partnership with the Media Foundation for West Africa equips journalists with the tools, the knowledge, and the networks to critically engage and constructively also with these systems, we continue in our dedication to fostering media ecosystems that are resilient, inclusive, and responsive to the challenges of our time. WAMECA 2025 offers a platform to advance this mission through dialogue, collaboration, and shared learning, and we are proud to stand in solidarity with the MFWA in this effort. Journalism must rise to meet this moment, not only as a chronicler of change, but also as a guardian of transparency, equity, and public trust, because transformation comes with responsibility. Let's answer WAMECA 2025's call to action by strengthening journalism's role in building fair, inclusive, and accountable digital futures. As we move from reflection and renewed commitment to action, we also gather this evening to honor outstanding work across the sub-region. Our shared journey toward fair and accountable digital futures depends on courageous journalism, journalism that continually informs, questions, and inspires us. The individuals and teams we recognize this evening have set the highest standards of courage and integrity and impact. Through your stories, dear finalists, you have held power to account. You have given a voice to the silenced and illuminated the path toward reform and justice. You remind us that at its best, journalism is both a public service and a public good. Let it reaffirm our collective resolve to ensure that as Africa builds its digital public infrastructure, journalism remains at its heart, independent, inclusive, and indispensable. For if we are to build public infrastructure for all, journalism must speak for all, boldly, truthfully, and without compromise. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Amma, for those remarks. Please, another round of applause for Amma as she takes her seat. We will now invite Mr. Sadat Adam, the Country Director for Oxfam in Ghana, for his remarks as well. Please, let's also warmly welcome him as he comes to the stage.
Thank you, Josephine. Honorable Minister, Honorable Samuel George, the founder for Media Foundation for West Africa, Professor Kwame Kakari, the Executive Director for Media Foundation for West Africa, Suleiman Abrema, all protocols observed. On behalf of Oxfam in Ghana, we are happy to be part of this event tonight. I think Sule has said a lot, and other previous speakers have said a lot, so I will not want to belabor you with a lot of long talk, but just to say that we at Oxfam are happy to be part of this event. We're excited about the partnership that we have with Media Foundation, and we're happy to be here today or this evening as we celebrate excellence of our media across Africa. We are happy to be here because of our mission at Oxfam in Ghana. We believe in fighting inequalities and injustices, and we believe that the media plays a critical role in promoting justice across the continent. We believe so because you are the people who are able to tell us the truth. You serve as a bridge, the conscience keepers of our society, and of course, you hold us to account for things that we're supposed to do. So tonight, as we celebrate every winner and every journalist represented here, let us carry the energy forward into every headline, every story, every investigation that demands justice and amplifies the hope of the African continent. Let me end by congratulating all the awardees and to all the journalists for continuing to speak truth to power, and of course, for helping us to keep an open society, a freer and a fairer Africa. Thank you, and let's enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him again. So, for our francophone participants, le discours de notre intervenant encourageait tout simplement les journalistes et aussi la société à continuer le travail fait pour demander la redevabilité. At this juncture, I would like to invite our next speaker. Just a minute.
Our next speaker is
Lovely,
from
Berry.
Africanenda, yes.
Yes, please. Madam Berry Ndiaye,
Yes.
Ndiaye, Director of Communications from Africanenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me break the rule and maybe do my speech in French for the sake of inclusivity. Thank you very much. Monsieur le ministre de la Communication du Ghana, Monsieur le directeur exécutif de Media Foundation for West Africa, distingués invités en vos rangs et grades respectifs, chers journalistes, chers invités. Nous sommes très heureux aujourd'hui de prendre la parole pour représenter Africanenda et célébrer avec vous l'excellence de ces awards, mais également célébrer le pouvoir du journalisme. Africanenda Foundation, nous sommes une organisation à but non lucratif, implantée partout en Afrique, dirigée par des Africains, et nous œuvrons aux côtés des banques centrales, aux côtés des acteurs de l'écosystème des services de paiement financier, pour nous assurer que nous puissions accélérer le développement, le lancement des systèmes de paiement instantané inclusifs pour que personne ne soit laissé en rade dans l'économie numérique. Nous travaillons donc à rendre les paiements numériques plus inclusifs afin que chacun, où qu'il soit, puisse envoyer, recevoir de l'argent instantanément et à moindre coût. Mais la technologie seule ne suffit pas et c'est là où nous avons besoin de vous, chers journalistes. Nous avons besoin d'histoires qui créent du lien. Nous avons besoin d'histoires qui montrent pourquoi l'inclusion financière est essentielle dans la vie au quotidien. C'est pourquoi nous sommes fiers ce soir de nous associer à WAMECA cette année pour récompenser le meilleur reportage sur les systèmes de paiement instantané inclusifs en Afrique. Nous sommes convaincus qu'un journalisme de qualité contribue à rapprocher des solutions transformatrices des personnes pour lesquelles elles ont été conçues. Nous avons été véritablement inspirés par la qualité des travaux que nous avons eu à étudier cette année, qui nous ont été soumis cette année, et nous avons hâte vraiment de célébrer les lauréats de ce soir. Merci beaucoup de nous avoir associés à cet événement et nous vous souhaitons une bonne soirée. Bonne chance aux lauréats.
Thank you very much. So, in a nutshell, Africanenda is pushing for inclusion when it comes to instant payment systems. But technology alone is not enough. We need journalists to take it up and raise awareness so that everybody is indeed included. And that can only happen through quality journalism. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to invite our next speaker, Mr. Samuel Bartels, Senior Manager, Regulatory and Government Affairs from MTN Ghana, for his remarks. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. As my friends know, I'm really a journalist in the flesh, only moonlighting tonight as the Regulatory Affairs Manager for MTN. Distinguished guests, our Honorable Minister, and let me spare specific praise to Professor Kwame Kakari. It's good to see you, sir. You look young and handsome, I have to say. Distinguished guest, MTN is honored to be here tonight, and we are proud to partner with the Media Foundation for West Africa to recognize excellence in media. In a night like this, the journalists are the main event, and we would rather prefer to speak with our ears and our applauses. So congratulations to all the nominees tonight. All the best.
Thank you very much.
I think our sponsors have given us very concise and to the point remarks tonight. Can we give them all another round of applause? Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the rare privilege to have the Honorable Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation of Ghana in the person of Honorable Sam Nate George in our midst as our guest, as our special guest for tonight. Please, we know the applause has been coming, but this time we want it to be amplified a bit. So with a big WAMECA applause, let's welcome him as he comes upstage.
Mesdames et messieurs, le ministre de la Communication.
Yes.
Le ministre de la Communication du Ghana est parmi nous ce soir. Sous vos ovations, s'il vous plaît.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say Atu Mohe, because there's this whole confusion about Obake and Akwaba, and well, welcome to Ghana. Wezon, Akwaba, Obake, Maraba, to the warm beating heart of Africa. And I hope that the last 2 days or 3 days have been a very good time for you. To the founder of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Professor Kwame Karakari, my brother, Executive Director, Suleiman Brahima, and all the directors in here and all the journalists. I don't have a speech. I didn't know I was going to speak. I was only told that I was coming here to come and present an award. And then I got here and saw my name on the program that says I have to have a speech. So just like Donald Trump, you can predict what will be said by me when there's a teleprompter or a prepared speech. When there is none and I'm speaking extempore, I may leave you with nightmares. But we've been having very interesting conversations at that table. And I think that I just want to leave you with a few reflections. And this especially goes to the Ghanaian journalist in this room. One of the first things I did as minister 7 months ago was to announce the closure of 63 radio stations. The president immediately intervened within 2 hours and asked me to extend amnesty, which I did for 30 days. I didn't close radio stations down because I hate the freedom of the press. I did it because I thought that for a country like Ghana, 34 million people, 700 radio stations, and 120 TV stations made our country's media landscape look like the Wild West. Freedom of the press is not in numbers. It's actually in the quality of the media work that's done. And so we didn't just go closing down media houses just because we didn't like them, but for those who were infringing, and I worked extensively. In fact, I invited Suleimana to my office and did a whole presentation to him for almost 2 hours, showing him every single infraction. And we had over 200 radio stations that had infractions. We're working on it. But I'm concerned as a Ghanaian minister and as a Ghanaian citizen about the quality of journalism in our country today. And as Ghanaian journalist, I put you on the spot here today. 26 finalists, I'm told, are up for awards this evening. 26. Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana has only 1. That should give us cause for worry. We used to be the bastion of journalism. You had people like Nnamdi Azikiwe come to practice journalism from here. We used to blaze the torch of quality in everything, be it journalism or sports. As the government talks about a reset agenda, I think that working together with the Media Foundation for West Africa, we must reset the media landscape again. It's not about how many media houses we have. It's about how much quality is given in the information, the education, and the entertainment that our media houses give. I visited Kenya 3 months ago and I was on Spice FM. I'm told Spice is about the 3rd when you're doing the ranking in Kenya. Even our best media house in Ghana cannot compete with Spice. I'm ashamed to say. Because I saw that the space in which they worked and the quality of production that they did. And I asked myself if our biggest media houses in Ghana objectively could compete with them. So yes, we've got visitors from across the West African region. Welcome to Ghana. But maybe you could also take something from here home. That for me, I want to see a Ghanaian journalism fraternity that is respected because of the quality of work you do. Today, when you say you are a journalist in this country, people do not give you the requisite respect that you need. And to the up-and-coming journalist, the AI generation, AI is not meant to replace the hours of research it takes to produce a journalistic piece. AI is not meant to replace the thinking of human beings. But many of us are mortgaging our thinking faculties, not just journalists, even politicians. Mortgaging our thinking faculties to artificial intelligence. It's affecting the quality of work that's been produced. As Sami Batel said, he saw Professor Karikari looking young and handsome. I think that the least we could do as the new crop of journalists is to put in the hard work that people like Prof did to bring us where we are. We cannot go below the standard that they have set. Let this be what you ponder on as you go to bed tonight. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the Honorable Minister. Thank you for the thought-provoking words. So we can see that we have a musical interlude by the Nkrabia Dance Ensemble. So ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy this interlude. Yes, yes, another round of applause for the Nkrabia Dance Ensemble. That was quite an energetic and lively performance there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the point where we want to hear from the WAMECA 2025 Grand Jury. This year's awards, or this year's entries, as the Executive Director early on mentioned, received nearly 800 applications. And the process to select the finalists and ultimate winners is very demanding and tedious. As he mentioned, there's a first level of review that is done by a jury, and then it moves to the grand jury, who now select the finalists and the winners. He introduced the judges, and I'm sure all of us here are keen to hear from the judges and learn about their experiences going through the entire process. So we will first of all watch a video of two of the judges sharing their experiences, and then we would invite two of them upstage to do same. So can the technical team play the video for us, please?
Bon, cette année, les articles reçus, les productions reçues sont un petit peu de meilleure qualité que ce qu'on avait les années suivantes. Peut-être que ceux qui font la présélection ont fait un travail beaucoup plus serré, beaucoup plus... de sorte que ce qui arrivait au grand jury nous a paru un peu meilleur que ce qu'on avait d'habitude. C'est vrai qu'il y a toujours quelques petites faiblesses, le manque de précision par-ci, des gens qui perdent un peu l'angle de leur article par là, mais ça, ce sont des choses qui arrivent quand on fait du journalisme. Mais sur le fond, ce qu'il faut retenir, c'est qu'on a reçu de très belles productions, de très bons articles qui montrent que le journalisme, le bon journalisme, continue de vivre dans la sous-région.
Yes, a round of applause as we heard the remarks and the experiences. So may we now respectfully invite Mr. Joseph Warungu. Please, let's warmly welcome him. As I said, the applause needs to be getting louder and louder as we get into the actual awards event. So, Mr. Warungu, over to you. We want to hear your experiences.
Okay, Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, especially our finalists, it's a warm welcome. Good evening. I will keep it quite short because you're waiting for the main result. I don't have the result, and we don't do any rigging here. We are very honest Africans. we say things as they are. So a couple of things that I would like to say on behalf of my colleagues in the grand jury. This is, I think, my 5th year since 2020 that I've been a judge here, and it's always a pleasure to be invited back here in my second home, Ghana. So a number of things. Now, first of all, let me start with the overall impressions that we had, and they're mainly good. The first thing is that, and first of all, to the finalists, congratulations. This far you have come. It's not easy. The quality over the last 5 years has gone up. That was one of our biggest observations this year. In the past, as we assessed those stories, we did a lot of personal prayers because of what was before you and trying to find out what is this person actually trying to say. I'm sure they went to some school of journalism somewhere. God help them. Maybe they're now doing a better job. But this time, even though we had a very tight time frame, we really found it a pleasure to engage. So the quality has definitely gone up, and I think it can only go higher. The other thing is that the variety of countries represented is also growing, and some of them are already represented here who are new, and that was also a pleasant surprise for us. And one other thing which we have pointed out as judges in the past is the voices that you put in your story. And it was also great to smaller countries, particularly in West Africa, like Sierra Leone, I'm not sure about Guinea-Bissau as well, but mostly Sierra Leone and Togo. There are our neighbors nearby, but we don't get maybe enough entries. This time there was some representation, and that was reassuring. Having said that, now look at some of the things as well, which maybe we need to improve on moving on, either if you are thinking of entering WAMECA 2026 and so on. Just something that we observed. The use of visuals, photography. We had sometimes very poor use of visuals, or sometimes you use an image that is for print and you try to use that for digital and it doesn't work, or you repetitively use the same kind of photo. The visual images are meant to help drive your story forward. They do not replace your content. They don't replace your writing. They support that. So it's really important that you respect the visuals and you go out of your way to come out with some really good visuals. And then the length of the stories should be kept short, snappy, to the point. These days we don't have too much attention. So when you go a long way with a paragraph that moves from here to Kumasi and it comes back in the same paragraph, I would say, Chief, do you need help? I'm sure there's something we can do to help you, but we cannot print this kind of thing. And for those of you who do broadcast interviews, you have so many examples to learn from Al Jazeera, BBC, where I worked for many years, CNN, and so on. We're looking for some punchy, engaging conversations, not just a chat. Like you go to a market, and hey, how much now? What about here? Oh, too much, eh? No, you're not negotiating. You're there negotiating some rights for people who are deprived rights. You are the voice and the representatives of certain communities that cannot speak, but you've got power in front of you that you can question and that you can push. We need to see that kind of bold journalism that pushes people until they think or until they tell us the real truth. Also, we would like you to avoid monotony, either in your language, in your delivery. It needs to be punchy. It needs to have variety. It needs to have, it needs to have a good flow as well. One thing that I particularly, maybe shared this with our judges, I found a little bit disturbing when I talked about originality and creativity. Sometimes there's one story we saw, I will not mention which country, which was talking about the problem, which is a problem that is across Africa, here in West Africa, and even in East Africa, where I come from, where customs officers are sometimes trying to earn extra to stretch their salary to the end of the month, using you who's trying to cross the border with goods from one country to another. It's very common, and there are so many ways of doing it. And we saw one story where these people used the professional way of doing things, which means you hide the faces or the identity of the people that you're showing on camera. But now this person went and framed this poor woman who's standing at the border. She's sharing a lot of information, and you just show her her chest, basically. You framed a shot up to here. We can't see her face. What are you trying to tell us? It's very distracting. It's also not dignified for this person. You have to give dignity to your sources. And we found those kind of images quite disturbing. So we'd like you to improve on that. And then we also maybe need to hear more from Lusophone countries. It would be great if we can have more of those. We want to keep encouraging variety in terms of gender, the balance as well, and also country, so that it's not the same issues. Now, in conclusion, Ghanaians in the room, can we talk? We need to talk. As an honorary Ghanaian who has lived and worked in Ghana for a while, I was seated comfortably when I was informed by WAMECA, Chief, the stories are coming your way soon, and I said, aha. I was looking forward to a deluge of stories from Ghana, the powerhouse of storytelling. And then it's only one story limping along that came into the finals. And I said, what happened to this, my country? Because this is my adopted country. So I have an issue with you. There's a saying in Swahili, which is spoken in my country, where we say, it's an expression, umeniacha kwenye mataa. It means, you've left me at the traffic lights. You moved on. That's how I felt, betrayed by my brothers and sisters in Ghana. When I joined WAMECA as a member of the jury from 2020, the stories from Ghana were on fire. We actually had tried to say, hey, we can't give everything Ghana. We also have other parts of Africa who have got stories to tell because the journalism was so good. And I'm not saying this because the minister was here. These were my own personal comments as discussed with my fellow judges. So a lot more of that. And as you go out, those of you who are lucky and will walk away with some good news, we wish you well. If you walk away with your head down, I'm sure you're coming back with a fight in 2026. And we welcome you. We'll give you space. But all in all, we enjoyed those stories. I felt enriched as a judge by the variety of topics and different ways of storytelling as well. But I'm now encouraging people to be a lot more creative. I have trained a lot of journalists in my life, and for me, creativity stands out because nobody can copy your creativity. It's innate to you. So those are just a few comments that I would like to pass on behalf of my fellow members in the jury. So thank you very much. Congratulations to those who eventually carry the trophy, etc. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you so much,
Warungu.
Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Thank you so much. Another round of applause for him, please. So just to summarize what he said, just a few points for our journalists from francophone countries. Le juge qui vient juste de parler encourage beaucoup de créativité, d'originalité, mais surtout des récits qui apportent des informations nouvelles. Il faudrait aussi appuyer vos reportages avec des données probantes. Il a particulièrement apprécié les reportages sur le journalisme d'investigation et le fait qu'il y ait eu plus de représentation des pays comme la Sierra Leone et le Togo. Il encourage les journalistes qui font la radio à améliorer davantage leur voix, mais aussi la qualité de leur audio. Bien sûr, le jury a trouvé que cette année, la qualité des reportages se sont beaucoup améliorées. Parce qu'il y a 2 ans de cela, ils ont donné un commentaire, bien des commentaires, pour aider les journalistes à s'améliorer. Ensuite, la qualité des images dans les reportages. Bien sûr, les images ne viennent pas raconter votre récit, mais viennent appuyer ce que vous avez déjà écrit. Et donc, il ne faut pas juste laisser les images parler, mais il faut accompagner ces images-là d'un très bon récit. Et la longueur de vos reportages, il faudrait aussi faire un peu attention à la longueur de vos récits et à aller droit au but. Un récit monotone n'est pas très intéressant à lire, alors il faudrait travailler plus sur la diversité de vos récits. Ensuite, il encourage beaucoup de participation venant des pays lusophones. On a eu la Guinée-Bissau cette année, mais il encourage davantage de soumissions et encourage les journalistes ghanéens, particulièrement, puisque la WAMECA se déroule au Ghana, à redoubler d'efforts dans la soumission de leurs récits et reportages. Merci. I will now invite the next jury member in the name of Renee Mendy to come for her remarks. Please help me make welcome Renee Mendy, member of the Grand Jury of WAMECA 2025. Please, a big round of applause for her. Thank you.
Bonsoir à tous. Monsieur le ministre, monsieur le directeur exécutif du WAMECA, chers grands jurys, chers finalistes et collègues, chers invités, je suis ravie d'être avec vous aujourd'hui. J'ai la chance d'être une ancienne journaliste, 32 ans d'expérience, mais une toute jeune dans ce jury, puisque j'ai eu le plaisir d'être membre du jury pour la première fois. Donc je vais avoir et l'avantage de parler de la réflexion de mes collègues et de moi avec un œil frais sur ce que vous avez délivré. Alors d'abord, tout simplement vous dire que notre impression générale est très très forte. Apparemment, d'année en année, vos productions sont de plus en plus excellentes. Vous verrez effectivement qu'il y a des voies d'amélioration, mais nous avons vu beaucoup de professionnalisme, de la rigueur, nous avons vu également de l'audace dans ce que vous avez produit, et surtout, mon collègue le disait tantôt, de la diversité, non seulement dans les sujets, mais aussi dans les voix que vous nous avez permis d'entendre. Certains sont allés interviewer des personnes dans les villages, des victimes, des malades qui ont pu parler à visage découvert pour des sujets très graves, comme le cancer, des sujets pour lesquels il est très difficile d'avoir des personnes qui parlent comme ça, à visage découvert, vraiment de manière franche, avec leurs peurs, avec leur vécu et surtout leurs espoirs. Nous avons également fait attention à plusieurs détails très techniques et très journalistiques. Nous avons cherché évidemment de l'originalité dans vos sujets, mais nous avons essayé aussi d'entendre de la recherche, des chiffres clés, ce qu'on appelle le data journalism. Nous avons voulu avoir non seulement de l'originalité, mais aussi des récits qui émeuvent, qui divertissent, qui informent et j'ai envie de dire également qui inspirent. Dans notre recherche en tant que jury, nous avons également voulu que tout ce qui est audiovisuel, donc les productions radio ou télévisées, on a fait attention à vos voix, à la manière dont vous pouviez ou pouviez moins les poser. Vous savez, on peut raconter la même histoire, mais d'une manière différente, selon la manière dont vous allez faire ce qu'on appelle le delivery, la manière dont vous allez choisir l'angle, mais la manière dont vous allez vous exprimer devant votre public. Donc on a fait attention à cela. Nous avions par exemple de très bonnes histoires, très intéressantes, avec un script de manière professionnelle, de manière réfléchie, de manière détaillée, qui vraiment donnait l'impression que c'était un journalisme de très très haut niveau. Mais en même temps, la personne qui proposait ce reportage ne posait pas sa voix de manière équilibrée. Elle posait sa voix de manière complètement, un peu comme un jeu à l'école, alors que c'est un métier très sérieux, où les mots comptent, les mots ont du poids, les mots pèsent. Donc on a fait vraiment très attention à la qualité de votre rythme et à votre présence également, à votre présence à l'antenne, enfin à tous ces détails qui font un bon reportage, un reportage vivant. Il y a, on l'a dit tantôt, de nombreux points positifs. Il y a évidemment le côté audacieux, le côté professionnel et j'ai envie de dire le côté créatif. On a vraiment eu plaisir à regarder ces 31 sujets qui sont venus à nous. C'était vraiment un moment de grand journalisme et de professionnalisme. Nous avons entendu de nouvelles voix, nous avons découvert des talents prometteurs et surtout, nous avons eu des sujets de pays qu'on attendait moins, comme le Togo, je les félicite, comme le Sierra Leone, on les félicite également. Vraiment, c'était des belles surprises. Je le racontais, c'est une aventure journalistique, mais également une aventure humaine. Évidemment, tout n'est pas parfait, et c'est tant mieux, sinon on ne serait pas là ce soir. Alors, il y a des choses à améliorer. Les visuels, certains mettaient le même visuel, la même photo, dans le même article, dans le même sujet, 2-3 fois. Si encore c'était une photo de superbe qualité, une photo qui raconte quelque chose, une fois on a une photo dans le même sujet qui est complètement floue et qui raconte rien dans l'histoire, ça veut dire que si on enlève la photo, l'histoire, elle est toujours la même. Donc ça veut dire que la photo n'a pas déjà sa place dans l'histoire, mais voir cette même photo de mauvaise qualité 3 fois de suite, c'est vraiment un peu curieux. Donc on s'est beaucoup interrogé sur la réflexion que vous aviez avant de choisir vos visuels, de choisir vos photos pour accompagner votre texte. Vous savez, il y a un grand journal disait il y a quelque temps, le choix des mots et le poids des photos. Parce qu'en fait, dans notre métier, les mots sont importants, mais les photos aussi, les visuels aussi. Qu'on soit journaliste du digital, de la presse écrite ou de la télé, vraiment, le visuel, c'est important. Donc, on s'est dit que c'était bien de faire attention à la qualité de vos visuels. Le format aussi, parlons du format. Certains sujets étaient vraiment longs, vraiment trop longs. C'est-à-dire que dans notre métier, l'important, c'est pas tellement de raconter pour raconter, mais vous pouvez faire un sujet beaucoup plus bref, beaucoup plus punchy, choisir un angle précis et avoir beaucoup plus d'impact. C'est ça que l'on recherche, vraiment l'impact. Enfin, j'ai envie de parler également de l'audio. On a entendu beaucoup de sujets radio sur lesquels la personne qui est interviewée n'avez pas la mainmise sur le sujet. Vous savez, quand vous êtes, soit vous présentez le journal, soit vous présentez une émission, ou en tout cas vous faites une interview, vous êtes le seul maître à bord. C'est à vous de décider, c'est à vous de mener la barque. On a vu des reportages audio, donc pour la radio, où le journaliste pose une question à son invité expert. Et en fait, l'invité expert est bon, c'est vrai, il est bon. Mais le problème, c'est que ça donne lieu à un monologue. À aucun moment, le journaliste ne coupe son interviewé, ne fait ce qu'on appelle dans notre jargon une relance, pour donner vraiment l'impression qu'il est là, que le journaliste derrière son micro est également là. Ils n'ont pas de relance. Et donc, on a vu un sujet où pendant à peu près 19 minutes, l'expert parle, c'est un monologue. Ce n'est plus du journalisme, ce n'est plus de l'information, ce n'est plus du dialogue. Donc ça, vraiment, faire attention à ce format pour rester dans un rythme intéressant dans tout ce qui est audiovisuel et aussi dans une spontanéité intéressante pour le public. Toujours penser à son audience. Enfin, le WAMECA. Vous savez, pour que le WAMECA reste WAMECA, il faut absolument qu'il y ait plus de pays d'Afrique de l'Ouest. Nous étions un peu surpris et déçus de ne pas avoir vu autant de pays se présenter en Afrique de l'Ouest. Moi qui viens d'Afrique de l'Ouest, j'aurais voulu entendre plus de voix venir. Donc peut-être que l'année prochaine, on vous attend au tournant. Enfin, là, je m'adresse aux femmes journalistes plus particulièrement, à mes consoeurs. Je m'adresse à Flore, à Angèle, à Fleur et à toutes ces femmes journalistes. Et j'ai envie de leur dire qu'il faut oser briller. Je répète, oser briller. Encore une fois, les finalistes, il n'y avait qu'un tiers des finalistes qui étaient des femmes. Ce n'est pas normal. Nous pouvons, vous en avez les capacités, donc il faut y aller, il faut vraiment se présenter dans les concours, montrer que vous avez des possibilités, des capacités. Souvent, les femmes ont même plus de nuances et savent mieux détecter les angles dans un sujet. Alors, vous savez, les portes, ou plutôt la porte, en général, ne sera pas ouverte pour vous. Alors, défoncez la porte. Allez-y, défoncez la porte. Enfin, un petit clin d'œil amical à mes amis ghanéens. Permettez-moi de dire quelques mots en anglais. My Ghanaian people, chalet. You were not in the competition this year. So next year, we are watching you. OK? Alors, j'ai envie de vous dire que vous êtes tous là, les finalistes WAMECA, et être finaliste, ce n'est pas rien. Être finaliste de WAMECA, c'est beaucoup. Ça veut dire qu'on met en avant à la fois votre travail, à la fois votre courage, mais également, Monsieur le ministre, Mr. Minister of the Communication, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, can you do it later, please? I'm just finishing. Thank you. Donc, j'étais en train de dire, Dear Minister of Communication, I was finishing. J'étais en train de dire que le fait d'être là, d'être finaliste, ce n'est pas rien. Le WAMECA, ce n'est pas rien. Ça veut dire qu'on félicite votre travail, votre courage et votre excellence journalistique. Alors, dans quelques instants, certains d'entre vous vont connaître un moment de gloire particulier, votre moment de gloire. Déjà, je souhaite à chacun d'entre vous bonne chance, vraiment bonne chance. J'ai envie de vous dire d'ouvrir grand les yeux, de vous souvenir de ce moment, d'ouvrir grand les oreilles et d'ouvrir votre cœur, de profiter un maximum de ce moment. Et j'espère vraiment que dans votre belle carrière et longue carrière de journaliste, vous aurez beaucoup de moments de gloire comme celui-ci. Et je vous souhaite une excellente soirée. Encore une fois, je vous souhaite le meilleur. Profitez-en au maximum. Au revoir.
Thank you very much, Madame Mendy.
Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause for her, please.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please
Thank
let's
you
give
so
her
much.
another round of applause.
Should I summarize for you, or you got everything?
Maybe a sentence or two.
Okay. I think, generally speaking, Madame Mendy went over what Mr. Warongu said, but with more details for the Francophone participants. But she brought a new perspective. She's calling on all female journalists to keep pushing, to not give up. And if the door is not open to you, you need to force it open. because we want to hear your voices, we want to see your stories. Thank you very much.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the point where we want to commence the presentation of the awards. And we will start with the presentation of citations to all our finalists. And we want to reiterate that, as have been mentioned by our grand jury and a couple of speakers, the WAMECA Awards is truly rigorous and highly competitive. And so to emerge as a finalist in this process is certainly no small feat. It is in itself an achievement and a mark of excellence. And so tonight, we will present citations, as I mentioned, to all our 26 finalists from 7 countries in West Africa. And these are the journalists who stood tall throughout this highly competitive process. So our finalists are from Benin, from Burkina Faso, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Senegal, from Sierra Leone, and from Togo. Yes, let's give them a resounding round of applause, rather. Yes, a round of applause to all our remarkable WAMECA finalists. So we will be inviting MFWA's partners, national partners across the region and in Ghana to present the citations to all the finalists. So we will invite Mr. Tidiane Delali.
Yes, please, for the first batch. Please help me invite Mr. Tidiane Togola,
a round of applause for him,
and CEO of Tuundi, a Media Foundation's partner in Mali, to present the citations. Welcome, sir. Record it. Okay. So we are going to call on the finalists, and Mr. Tidiane will give them their citations. Okay. So, first, we have Taiwo Adebulu from the Cable, Nigeria. And just to thank you. Just to mention a little detail, WAMECA welcomes and honors quality journalism. And if you've made it to the list, on the list of finalists, for us, it is worth acknowledging. So please, help us acknowledge and appreciate all our finalists. Once again, congratulations to all of them. Let's go.
We'll present the citation and the gift to Taiwo. Okay. Our camera crew ready? All right. Okay. Maybe you need to
come a bit forward.
Yes, I think you should come forward a bit.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Yes.
Next.
And then, hold on. Okay, so Delali, let's have the next.
Next, we have Fleur Birba from Sidwaya in Burkina Faso. Please, Madame Fleur Birba, kindly join us on stage for your citation. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for her. Thank you very much. Then we have Clinton Yeboah from Love FM Multimedia Ghana. Thank you. Next, we have Kunle Adebajo from Humhango, Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Tidiane. Thank you for handing over the first batch of citations. Please, a round of applause for our finalists who just received their citations. So next, would like to invite Dr. Francis Soa, the coordinator for the Media Reform Coordinating Group in Sierra Leone, to deliver the next batch of citations. And may I invite Patricia Ngavao of Awoko Publications in Sierra Leone to receive her citation. Yes, a round of applause for her. Next, I would like to invite Kasungwibe Duty from Labali in Togo. I hope I got your name correct. Yes. Please let's welcome him as he comes up stage. Thank you very much. Can we have Jemilat Nasiru from the Cable Nigeria joining us for her citation? Great, thank you. Then finally for this batch, we have Yaye Niang from Senegal. Okay. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Soa. We are grateful. Next, may I kindly invite Madame Rebecca Ekpe, the Vice President of the GJA, to do the next round of presentations for us. A round of applause for her as she comes, please. And can Ms. Bakari Majid from the Premium Times Nigeria come up stage? Yes, to receive his citation. Ladies and gentlemen, we want the applause to keep coming, please. We are warming up to the main award, so. Next, I will invite Alfred Koroma from the Concord Times newspaper, Sierra Leone, Yes, let's welcome him as well. So, Ijeoma Opara from ICIR Nigeria, can you join us and have your citation as well? She's not. Oh, okay. All right. So you can come forward for her. So he's taking it on her behalf. Yes. All right. Okay, then finally for this batch, we have Umaru Rabo from Burkina Faso. Can you come up stage to receive your citation? Thank you very much, Madam Bekpe, for the support. Thank you so much. So, Delali?
Yes,
the next batch.
we would like to invite Isatu Keita, President of the Gambian Press Union, to deliver the citations to our finalists. A round of applause for her, to her, please. The first finalist on our list for this batch is Pape Bokar Mbo from Sesti TV, Senegal. Merci beaucoup à Pape. Ensuite, nous avons Fousseini Saibou, le ténor, depuis le Togo. A round of applause for him, please. Ensuite, nous avons Folashade Ogurinde de Premium Times Nigeria. And finally, we have Maunyo Angela Danley from Benin Web TV in Benin. A round of applause, please, for her. Thank you very much. Next, we would like to invite Charles Dago Tutupo, Project Communication Specialist at the West Africa Unit Identification, Regional Integration and Inclusion from Côte d'Ivoire, to join us on stage. Our first finalist from this batch is Al Amin Umar from Humango, Nigeria.
Just a round of applause for him.
Next, we have from Senegal, Pape Ibrahima Ndiaye de la Maison des Reporters. A round of applause, please. Next, we have Ibrahim Mansour from the Cable, Nigeria. Et en dernière position, nous avons Edem Venouye Ale, du Nouveau Reporter, depuis le Togo. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Dabo. For the next batch, we would like to invite Mr. Ulrich Aoutonji from the Observatoire de la déontologie et de l'éthique dans les médias du Bénin. Please, a round of applause. He's not around. He's not around. Well. We were just told that Mr. Aoutoji stepped out. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Then we'll move to the next category.
And then we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it later then. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so for the next category, we'd like to invite Professor Kwame Kakari, founder and board member of Media Foundation for West Africa, to present the next batch of citations for us. Please, a warm welcome for Prof as he joins us upstage.
And for the first citation, we would like to invite Olaide Soaga from Foundation for Investigative Journalism from Nigeria.
A round of applause for her, please.
And we will invite next Abdul Rashid Hamad, Pen Press, Nigeria. A round of applause for him, please. Thank you, Prof. Thank you very much, Prof.
Yes, another round of applause for Prof. Thank you so much. And Prof, it's well noted. The feedback is well noted. So we'd like to invite the president of the GJ, in the person of Mr. Albert Jumfuo, to take the final batch of citations and present it to our finalists for us. So we'd like to invite Farouk Umar from the Daily Trust Nigeria to take his citation. A round of applause for him, please. May we now invite Dauda Zongo from Burkina Faso to take his citation. Yes, a round of applause for him. Next, we have Theophilus Adidokun from Nigeria, the National Record Nigeria, to take his citation as well.
And last, we have Ndieme Faye from La Maison des Reporters in Senegal. Okay, we were just told that she's not around. Can we invite a rep to take it on her behalf? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jumfuo. Thank you so much. Okay, so the citations have been presented. All the finalists have received one. Now we are inching closer to the award categories. And finally, to crowning who the West African journalist for 2025 will be. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start with a special award. This year, we have the special award for inclusive instant payment systems, and this award is to encourage reporting on instant payment systems and platforms. This award is made possible by Africanenda Foundation. So if our technical team is ready, please screen the video of the finalists for this category.
Inclusive Instant Payment Systems Reporting.
Reportage sur les systèmes de paiement instantané inclusifs.
The finalists are Edem Venunye Ale, le nouveau reporter, Togo. Bakari Majid, Premium Times, Nigeria.
So I now invite Madame Berindie, Director of Communications at Africanenda, to announce the winner for the category and to present the awards. Please, let's warmly welcome her as she comes.
And the winner is Bakari Majid.
Woo! Congratulations, Bakari. So, as you saw, he was awarded a citation, a plaque, and a cash prize. And I think you went back too quickly. We want to hear from you very briefly. So if you can come up stage and tell us how you feel briefly. A round of applause for him, please.
Good evening, everyone. As you can see, I'm super excited. But thanks to Africanenda and the organizer of the award. But my real appreciation goes to the people behind the scene in most newsrooms, editors, graphic designers, people that we don't get to celebrate often, and whose work is actually much more critical than we, the journalists, that we take the glory. So, and I'm hoping that next year that we create system to reward these people behind the scene. Because if we're preaching inclusion, we must put it into practice. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we move on to the category for women empowerment. And so can we have the finalists? Can we have the video for the finalists for this category, please?
Women Empowerment Reporting.
Reportage sur l'autonomisation des femmes.
The finalists are Taiwo Adebulu, The Cable, Nigeria. Berba Flair, Sidwaya, Burkina Faso. Zongo Dauda, Wakatsera, Burkina Faso.
Okay, well, let's see who picks this coveted award. Let me, on this note, invite Madame Fenke Elskamp. Hope I got the name correct. Yes, Team Lead for Africa, Free Press Unlimited, to present the award. Please, let's warmly welcome her.
The prize for women empowerment goes to Dauda Zongo.
Ooh, congratulations. Congratulations, Dauda. So he gets a citation. He gets a plaque. Yes. Let the applause keep coming. And then a cash prize of $500. Okay, thank you so much. So before you speak,
bonsoir tout le monde.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So before we hear from him, thank you, Nkrabia Dance Ensemble. Hold on a second. Hold on. Before we hear from him, we would like to watch the video on his winning story and what the judges had to say about it.
The Faces of Victorious Breast Cancer Survivors introduces us to Sandrine and Priska. Their triumphant stories offer a raw and honest look at the fight against the nation's most common cancer. From the shock of diagnosis to the grueling path of treatment, it's a profound narrative of hope, family, and the strength of the human spirit.
Ce qui nous a marqué dans cet article, c'est la force des voix qu'on y entend. On y découvre les parcours de 2 femmes du Burkina Faso qui ont traversé la maladie et qui en parlent à visage découvert. C'est rare, c'est puissant et ça donne de l'espoir. L'article met en lumière la réalité du cancer du sein en Afrique, les progrès du dépistage et de la prise en charge, tout en rappelant que le diagnostic précoce fait toute la différence. Il pourrait être un peu plus dynamique, avec plus de visuels, de qualité, mais c'est un reportage vrai, sensible et nécessaire, qui illustre parfaitement l'esprit d'Octobre Rose. Parler, sensibiliser et célébrer la résilience des femmes.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Bonsoir tout le monde.
Could you...
Ok, merci bien. Qu'est-ce que je peux dire de plus que ce que j'ai eu à écrire sur le sujet du cancer? En faisant cet article, j'ai été en contact avec 2 malades du cancer. Et elles toutes, elles ont perdu quelque chose qui leur sœur. Les fémininités sont touchées. Elles ont perdu beaucoup parce qu'elles ne sont plus d'elles-mêmes. Il y a trop d'émotions, vous allez m'excuser, parce que quand elles me racontaient leur histoire, c'est vrai que je suis le journaliste, mais j'ai eu à verser des larmes malgré moi. Ce qui ne devait pas arriver en tant que journaliste. Je devrais pouvoir garder mon émotion au fond de moi. Mais ça a été très, très difficile d'écouter ces personnes qui ont trop souffert et qui souffrent dans leur chair. Donc, j'aimerais demander à tout un chacun de nous, là où nous sommes, ayons une pensée envers ces personnes. Les décideurs aient une pensée envers ces personnes, investissez dans le traitement du cancer, surtout du sein, parce que beaucoup de femmes en souffrent énormément. Merci.
Thank you very much. I am sure we all noticed that our winner for this category was very touched. What he's saying is he has been in contact with women who were affected by cancer. And as a journalist, he knows that he should have been able to contain himself and do the work. But it was so touching that he shed tears. And he's urging everyone to bear women and those who are affected by cancer in our hearts, and call on sponsors, partners who can help treat cancer-affected people. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again. So next we move on to the telecommunications and ICT reporting category. And may we have the video for this category and see who the finalists are.
Telecommunications and ICT reporting
Reportage sur les télécommunications et l'éthique.
The finalists are Abdul Rashid Hamad, Pen Press, Nigeria. Rabo Umaru, Sidwaya, Burkina Faso.
All right, so for this category, we'd like to invite Samuel Bartels, Senior Manager, Regulatory and Government Affairs, MTN, to present the award. Please, a round of applause for him.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the nominees one more time. The winner for Telecoms and ICT category is Abdul Rashid Hamad.
Congratulations, Abdul Rashid.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Similarly, he also takes a citation, a plaque, and a cash prize of $500. Congratulations to you, Abdul Rashid. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, okay. So hold on, let's hear. I can see you can't wait to say a few words. Just a moment. So let's play the video of the winning story and the judges' feedback.
In an age of technology, transparency should be just a click away. But Pen Press's WAMECA award-winning investigation found that in many Nigerian states, open contracting portals are locking the public out. This report exposes how promises of fiscal transparency are failing keeping citizens in the dark.
Transparency is the heart of democracy, and this story put that principle to the test. In fiscal transparency, Nigerian states opened contracting portals which were made inaccessible. Pen Press investigated how Nigeria's open government platforms meant to make spending visible were quietly being shut off from citizens. The reporter went state by state, portal by portal, exposing the digital walls that block public access to public money. It's journalism that's methodical, data-driven, and unafraid to challenge power. By holding governments accountable in the digital age, the Pen Press journalists proved that real transparency begins with the truth. Congratulations to the journalists at Pen Press, winners of the Telecoms and ICT Reporting Award. Congratulations once again.
Yes, congratulations to you. So now you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Let me say I'm so excited to recognize this my investigation about fiscal transparency in West Africa, because firstly I didn't what's it called? I did not restrict it to Nigeria, so I also extended it to West African countries, and I discovered that most of the procurement portals, which are supposed to serve as a portal for citizens to get access to how their funds are being spent, are not accessible. So this is actually a great win for me, and I'm so happy about it. Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again. So we move on to the category for human rights reporting. May we see the video, please, of the finalists.
Human rights reporting.
Reportage sur les droits humains.
The finalists are Clinton Yeboah, Love FM Multimedia, Ghana. Duty Kansugwibe, La Bali, Togo. Indieme Faye, La Maison des Reporters, Senegal.
To present the award for the Human Rights Reporting category, I'd like to invite Hamid Yakubu, Head of Communications and Information Sector at UNESCO Ghana. Please, a round of applause for him.
Doti Kasangwebe.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Félicitations à Doti depuis le Togo.
Yes, we can see the flag. Congratulations. And your cash prize. Please, a round of applause for him once again. Thank you very much, Mr. Yakubu. So now, we'll hear what made you win this category and what the judges also have to say. So can we have the video?
This story reveals how poverty, tradition, and insecurity force girls as young as 13 into marriage. We hear the harrowing stories of girls like Dapampua and Laba, whose childhoods are cut short. This report is a vital piece of advocacy, exposing a reality where laws fail to protect the most vulnerable. It is brave, essential journalism, and a truly deserving winner.
C'est un article qui parle des mariages forcés. C'est un vieux sujet, mais que l'auteur a pu rendre actuel. C'est vrai qu'on en parle depuis des années, depuis des décennies. Il a pu rendre le sujet actuel. Et je crois que ce qu'il a fait de bien, c'est de se déplacer, de sortir de la capitale, de sortir des experts, des activistes, des militants des droits humains et d'aller rencontrer les vrais sujets, c'est-à-dire les personnes qui le vivent, les personnes qui sont les acteurs de ces mariages forcés-là. Et puis ici aussi, je crois, on peut retenir l'importance du travail de terrain. Et ça, pour moi, c'est important, c'est quelque chose qu'on est en train de perdre dans notre métier. Les gens ne font plus le terrain, les gens ne vont plus parler avec les vraies personnes, les vrais gens, les vrais citoyens. Et ça, je crois, c'est un des grands mérites de cet article.
Would like to invite Mr. Duty to make his comments.
Bonsoir, chers tous. S'il faut dire un mot, je dirais que ce qui me fait plaisir ce soir, ce n'est pas le prix que je gagne, mais c'est d'avoir réussi à raconter cette histoire-là parmi tant d'autres qui viennent du Togo profond. Moi, je viens de la partie septentrionale du Togo, une région qui, je ne vais pas dire, est oubliée par les médias, mais une région qui vit beaucoup de situations dont on parle très peu. Il est possible que dans cette salle, peu de personnes soient au courant que notre région traverse une crise sécuritaire due au débordement de la crise du Sahel. Et la zone est depuis 3 ans sous état d'urgence. C'est accessible à aucun journaliste. Il n'y a que nous qui sommes dans la zone qui essayons tant bien que mal de faire vivre un certain nombre de réalités. Et je suis doublement heureux ce soir parce que je me rends compte que ce reportage est allé loin et il ira encore beaucoup plus loin. Merci à WAMECA.
Thank you to Mr. Duty. Thank you. Mr. Duty just said that what gives him joy is not just the fact that he won an award, but the fact that he's able to shed light, to showcase and also expose the realities of his region, a region that is also facing insecurity due to the situation in the Sahel region. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we move on to our fifth award category, which is on DPI and DPG's reporting. And here I would like to play the video and then invite Madame Ikua Santua Wosudako to do the presentation. So can we have the video on the finalists, please?
DPI and DPG's reporting.
Reportage sur les IPN et les BPN.
The finalists are Farouk Umar Shwaibu, Daily Trust Nigeria, Nigeria. Alfred Koroma, Concord Times Newspaper, Sierra Leone. Adanle Mawinyo Angel, Benin Web TV, Benin.
All right. So can we, yes, she's coming up stage. Can we warmly welcome her to announce the winner and do the presentation?
And the winner is Farouk Umar Shaibu.
Farouk Umar Shaibu is the winner for the DPI DPG's category. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. He takes a citation, a plaque, and a cash prize of $500. Congratulations to you, Farouk. Thank you very much for the presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we have said time and again, WAMECA is about media excellence and impact. And over the years, the winning stories are always top-notch. This year, the grand jury struggled to get a winning story for the anti-corruption reporting category. Sorry. So we would take the video of how he won the category and the judges' comment before we go to... Yes.
A digital revolution. The reality. Nigerians ditched it. Daily Trust's award-winning report shows why the INAIRA failed. No trust, no need, no access. Accountability journalism at its sharpest.
Technology promises progress, but only when people can use it. In Why Nigerians Ditched INAIRA, the team at the Daily Trust exposed how Nigeria's bold experiment with digital currency stumbled. Through sharp reporting and human stories, they revealed the disconnect between innovation and reality, showing how poor communication, technical failures, and lost confidence turned a national milestone into a cautionary tale. It's more than a technology story. It's a story about trust, about governance, and inclusion. This story reminded us that true digital transformation isn't about apps or platforms. It's about people. Congratulations to the Daily Trust team, and especially the journalists who were involved in this story, who, because of their work, they emerged the winners of the Digital Public Infrastructure and Digital Public Goods Reporting Award. Congratulations to the journalists. Thank you.
Congratulations, Farouk. Now let's hear from you.
Thank you so much for the recognition. I would like to thank my lovely wife for the support she has given to me, and also my editor, Ajala Miss Sadiq. You've been a wonderful woman to me and been a good mentor to me. It's a surreal moment for me. I never really see myself winning this award. This will be the first ever award I'm going to win in my life. My entire life it is. So thank you so much, Media Foundation for West Africa. I really appreciate the award. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Et donc, je suis sûr que nos participants francophones se demandent qu'est-ce qui se passait. Monsieur Farouk est très très content et reconnaissant d'avoir remporté le prix dans cette catégorie. Mais il aimerait spécialement remercier sa femme pour le soutien. Et c'est son tout premier prix d'excellence. Merci.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, to continue from where I left off, this year the grand jury had a bit of a struggle getting a winning story for the anti-corruption reporting category. Thankfully, they are still here with us, and so I would like to invite Madame Catherine Gicheru to share some thoughts on why they couldn't award this year, and then we would also have Mr. Tidian C to also share his thoughts with us. Please, let's warmly welcome her.
Thank you very much, everyone. I mean, it kind of was very frustrating when we got the category, because when we looked at the entries, I personally found it very difficult, and I thought out of all the applications that came in, I was wondering why we only got 2. And then I asked myself, what happened to because we got the short list, the final, I was wondering what happened to the other entries. And if these were the 2 final, how good or how bad were they, the ones that came in? But really the thing for me isn't the fact that we thought it would be, I personally thought, and I think with the other judges we discussed this, and we said it would be failing our fellow journalists if we decided to award this category if the stories did not meet the kind of standards we know that we're able to reach. So instead of giving us false, how do I call it, congratulating ourselves on false terms, we thought the best thing is to defer giving this award and to do more. And for me, the doing more is, I'm going to throw this at the editors because I know the reporters did their best. I think we as editors and the editors in the room should take this responsibility and own it. We need to be able to help guide our reporters so that when they do the kind of anti-corruption is not just reporting scandals, guys. It goes beyond that. It goes, you have to find out, you have to tell people why, what is being stolen, who is stealing it, how is it being stolen, and who is letting it be stolen. We need to be able to connect those dots. And editors, as editors, we have that responsibility to be able to guide our reporters in that. Not to just let them go ahead and do the stories that, for me, I felt so disappointed because with a little bit of editorial oversight, we could have directed these stories in the right way. But I'm looking forward because I know the reporters are really interested in this section. And please remember, it's actually a gender thing. Yeah? You know, corruption affects women differently, and there are many angles we can do on that one. But the one thing I'm looking forward to next year, even though I'm not going to be here, or maybe I'll be here, I don't know. But I want to encourage each and every one of the journalists who are going to be considering doing reporting on anti-corruption to take a small pause and try to think of the simple thing, not try and complicate things. The simple things are the ones we are able to communicate to our audiences. So that is why we didn't award, not because we just felt they didn't reach that standard. And I'm saying they didn't reach that standard because I think we as editors may have failed our reporting team. So I want to leave here with encouragement for anyone who's interested. I think next year, take a step back, look at what we didn't do right. Next year, we should be able to I'm looking forward to seeing more of those entries. Thank you very much.
A big thank to Madame Gicheru. I now invite Mr. Tidiane to also make his comment. A round of applause for him, please.
Good evening, everyone. At our table, we've been asking, why is it so quiet when we are celebrating the best journalists of this region? Ceux qui sont au fond de la salle, on est en train de se poser la question, pourquoi c'est si calme alors qu'on est en train de célébrer les meilleurs journalistes de la sous-région? Je vais vous parler en tant que journaliste, en tant qu'éditeur, et non en tant que membre du jury. On n'a pas attribué un prix sur la lutte contre la corruption, et pourtant, c'est un grand fléau. Si vous avez suivi les panels, il y a 2 jours, un des membres du panel disait que les flux financiers illicites, on pouvait estimer les pertes pour l'Afrique à environ 90 milliards. Si on prend la corruption, les pertes sont estimées à 140 milliards. On parle de dollars américains. Et non seulement les chiffres sont énormes, mais ce que ça a comme effet, la corruption, ce que la corruption a comme effet dans nos pays, ou plutôt comme méfait dans nos pays, dans les domaines de la santé, de l'éducation. Nous nous plaignons tout le temps que les hôpitaux ne fonctionnent pas. Nous nous plaignons que les écoles ne fonctionnent pas. For my Anglophone friends, I'm saying the numbers when we talk about corruption are huge. We're talking about $140 million that Africa loses out of corruption. It's huge. But it's not only the numbers. It's also the fact that it affects every bit of our life. We always complain of schools that are not working. We complain of roads that are not fixed. We complain of hospitals that are not functioning. And that is the issue. So how come that as journalists, and as I said at the beginning of my statement, I'm not talking as a jury member, I'm talking as a reporter, I'm talking as an editor. We as journalists need to take that seriously and address the issue. En tant que journaliste, nous avons le droit, le devoir, je veux dire, le devoir de nous intéresser à cette question et d'y aller à fond. On ne donne pas des prix pour le plaisir de donner des prix, on donne des prix pour distinguer les meilleurs. Malheureusement, c'est un peu frustrant. Je ne sais pas pourquoi mon ami Kweku m'a donné la tâche de venir faire la partie la plus ingrate de cette soirée, c'est-à-dire il n'y a pas de prix, il n'y a pas à applaudir, mais il fallait que quelqu'un le dise, il fallait qu'on le dise. C'est important qu'on sache que c'est un sujet que nous ne pouvons pas négliger vu les méfaits que la corruption cause dans notre continent. Je vous remercie.
And yes, to summarize his last words, it's a bit frustrating and unfortunate that for such an important issue or topic that we don't have submissions or entries that won an award.
Okay, so we'll take a very short musical interlude from our dance ensemble, and then we'll resume the presentation of the awards. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you very much, Inkrabia Dance Ensemble. Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank them once again with a round of applause. So we continue with the awards. And the next is environmental reporting. Can we play the video of the finalists, please?
Borrowed time.
Environmental reporting.
Reportage sur l'environnement.
The finalists are Jemilat Abdulrashid Nasiru and Ibrahim Manzur, The Cable, Nigeria. Patricia Sia Ingevao, Awoko Publications, Sierra Leone. Yayi Awa Niang, Freelancer, Senegal.
I now invite Madame Lucrèce Kenom, Partnership Manager at Wuri Benin, to announce the winner for this category and present the awards. A round of applause for her. J'invite Madame Lucrèce.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give her a round of applause?
Mesdames et messieurs, le gagnant est Jemila Abdoulaye.
And so, Jemila Abdullahi and Mansour So each of them receives
Congratulations,
a certificate.
Jemilat.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Un grand merci à Madame Lucrèce.
So we'll now show the video of the winning story and the feedback from the grand jury.
What is the true cost of our digital age? The Cable's award-winning investigation, Living on Borrowed Time, exposes Nigeria's toxic e-waste crisis. It reveals how informal workers using hazardous methods poison themselves and the environment to survive. This powerful report gives a voice to the vulnerable and demands urgent action.
Borrowed time about e-waste poisoning lives in Nigeria is a great story. And that's what I particularly liked about that one is the field work. I think most of the time, what we fail to do as reporters is to go meet the real people, meet the realities. I think the piece managed to do that. Take us on the ground, show us things on the ground. I think that was really great. We had good illustrations. People tend to forget it. Good pictures are also part of a story. Whether you're online, you're print, we need to have nice visuals because it also helps to tell a story. And in terms of impact, I don't know what the final impact would be, but definitely the story is written in such a way that you are sure if policymakers, decision makers, or even ordinary citizens read it, it can definitely raise awareness on a very, very serious issue.
Congratulations. So now, would like to hear from you. Right here.
Okay, good evening all, and thank you for this award. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you to our features editor who is right here in the room. And a big thank you to the family at the cable, especially to our CEO who preaches professionalism in what we do, Simon Kolaole, our editor, Kolapo, Olapoju, and the whole family at the cable. We say a big thank you to everyone who participated, who made this story come possible, especially the people who let us tell their stories. It was very difficult, but we managed to speak with them, coming to tell their own personal stories. Do you have anything to say?
So thank you very much. I'll just use this opportunity to preach the e-waste gospel to each and every one of us. So you should think at this point and ask yourself, how do you discard of that non-functional USB cord, the swollen batteries, and the broken screen? You might be poisoning yourself, others around you, and the environment. Just take this home as a point of reflection. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you again pour nos francophones. Je vais juste résumer. Les vainqueurs de cette catégorie remercient leurs collègues et leurs directeurs au niveau de leur médial, de cable, et ils en appellent à tout un chacun à être un peu plus conscient dans la gestion des déchets électroniques. I now move to the next category,
Yes.
which is investigative reporting. And for this category, I would like to invite Madame Ama Kojo, Program Director at the DW Academy Ghana, to announce the winner of the category and present the awards. Please help me make welcome.
And let's have
Madame
the video
Ama Kojo.
also with the finalists screening as we welcome her.
Investigative reporting.
Reportage d'investigation.
The finalists are Ijoma Opara, International Center for Investigative Reporting, ICIR, Nigeria. Saibu Fuseni, Lieutenant, Togo. Pape Ibrahima, India. La Maison des Reporters, Senegal.
And the winner, investigative reporting, Saibu Husseini.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Saibu Fusaini.
So Saibu takes a citation and a plaque, as well as a cash prize. Thank you very much, Ama.
Thank you very much.
So before you deliver your remarks, can we watch what made you win this category and what the judges had to say?
Letsanani's award-winning report exposes the devastating human cost of the migrant crisis. It's a vital story of loss, desperation, and why so many risk everything. This is journalism as a powerful witness that gives a voice to an unspeakable tragedy.
We had some really good, powerful stories in the investigative category. But the one that I focus on was on the story from Togo, the city of Sokode, where communities of, especially young people, have attempted, over and over, to cross the Mediterranean looking for a better life and so on. And this for me was a story that was very emotional. The journalist was able to speak to a lot of survivors, families that have been left behind, families that have lost people who've tried that, that journey. And this story is actually situated around the time of Ramadan. And you come across quotes in some of the paragraphs where a family that is just, preparing to break their fast, a call comes in and, sorry, your loved one unfortunately, has passed on in the tragedy. The boat sank. So it's a very human story. And it's a story that is going to be, it's a part of the African story in the sense that everybody is looking for another opportunity out there that cannot be provided by their countries or their own governments. And so to follow the journey of this, those who succeed and those who don't, I found it really moving and very touching.
Congratulations. Let's hear from you now.
Bonsoir à tout le monde. Je suis très content de ce prix. Je suis à mon deuxième prix WAMECA. En 2017, j'ai eu un prix également. Alors, j'ai décidé d'écrire sur ce sujet parce que au Togo, quand on parle de l'immigration illégale, avec des morts qu'on connaît dans l'océan, les gens pensent que c'est ailleurs que ça se passe, alors que ça se passe chez nous, loin des regards. Voilà, Sokole, c'est une localité au centre du Togo. Mais pendant des années, il y a eu beaucoup de victimes qui sont méconnues de beaucoup de personnes. Donc, j'ai décidé de mettre un peu la lumière sur ce sujet. Voilà, donc merci beaucoup. À bientôt.
Thank you so much. And for our Anglophone participants, sorry. What our winner just said is that usually in Togo, when we talk about migration or illegal migration, people think that it's happening outside and it doesn't really touch or affect the country. And he thought that what is happening in Sokode, a town in the center of Togo, should be showed to the world because it's really affecting a lot of people. And this is his second award after winning a prize in 2017. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations once again. So we move to the award category on illicit financial flow reporting. And before I invite Mr. Sadat Adam to announce the winner for us, we'll take the video on who the finalists are.
Illicit financial flow reporting.
Reportage sur les flux financiers illicites.
The finalists are Kunle Adebajo, Humango, Nigeria. Alamin Umar, Humango, Nigeria. Olayide Swaga, Foundation for Investigative Journalism, FIJ, Nigeria.
All right, let's welcome Mr. Adam Asikams to announce the winner and present the award. Please, can we keep the applause coming?
Thank you. And the winner for the illicit financial flow reporting is Kunle.
Kunle, congratulations, Kunle.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kunle. Thank you very much, sir, for doing the presentation for us. So let's watch the video of what made Kunle win this category.
A war is being funded. Home Angle's investigation exposes the internet fundraising marathons fueling IPOB's violent armed struggle in Nigeria. This report follows the money, revealing how thousands of dollars are raised weekly to buy weapons. It is fearless, digital age journalism that uncovers the mechanics of modern conflict.
story that made it to the top stories in the competition for me was very strong. This was very bold journalism. This was a story that was tackling an issue that has plagued Nigeria for many years, since the 1960s, and that's the attempts to secede or to break away from the Federal Republic by people in the eastern region of Nigeria. And I found it was very brave journalism to be talking about those kind of things, whereas in some African countries, this might be seen as incitement to war or violence. But this was a journalist or journalists who took this issue quite seriously and ran with it. And what stood out for me was a number of things. One, it was based on very simple data journalism tools and skills. In other words, you could sit there with your own calculator and everything else and work out, in these kind of contributions that they used to, that they've been holding since January of this year, how much money was raised. And so they've been able to track all this money, in very good order that's been, spread out almost on a spreadsheet from every single country that has contributed, where people are contributing to these, efforts, in this whole Biafra affair.
Congratulations, Kunle. Now I would like to hear from you.
Good evening, everybody. Bonsoir too. Fun fact, I did the field work for this story on my birthday, around my birthday, taking an annual leave. And my editor did not know I traveled, because for him, going to the southeastern region was probably more dangerous than reporting Boko Haram in the northeast. And so I only confided in a few people. But now I'm really grateful that I did that because of this recognition. I stood on this stage, not exactly this stage, the one in the auditorium there in 2019 to receive a similar award. And it feels like such a full circle to come back and be recognized again by WAMECA. WAMECA holds a special place in my heart because that was the first international recognition I would get as a journalist. And it opened my eyes to the possibilities out there. It made me raise the bar for myself. And between then and now, I think my craft has improved significantly. Fortunately or unfortunately, my colleague Alamin was also shortlisted in the same category. So it felt like whichever way this went, it would be a win-lose or a lose-win. But I see it as a win-win. Congratulations, Alamin. I want to thank my editor at Chimanangu, Ahmed Salkida and Hawa Shafi Nuhu, for their support. I want to thank the Institute of War and Peace Reporting in the UK for providing the resources to make this not just a data journalism story, but also one that encompasses ground reporting. And I want to thank the Media Foundation for West Africa for their consistent support and for not just awarding journalists, but making us to feel special. I wish you more resources and more willpower to continue to do this. And thank you all so much.
Thank you, and congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are an award category away from the very ultimate award for the night. So the next award category we would present is the extractive sector reporting, and would like to invite Dr. Jamal Seidu, Acting Deputy Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, to do the presentation for us if he's with us tonight. Okay. Please let's warmly welcome him. And may we have the video for the finalists, please.
Extractive sector reporting.
Reportage sur les industries extractives.
The finalists are Adedokun Theophilus, National Record, Nigeria. Folashade Ogunride, Premium Times, Nigeria. Mbo Papaboka, Sesti TV, Senegal.
Monsieur le ministre, mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, les gagnants est Adedokun Theophilus.
Congratulations to you, Theophilus. Congratulations to you, Theophilus. Congratulations. All right. Thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. We are most grateful. Okay, so let's watch your video to see what made you the winner.
The quest for cheap energy comes at a deadly price. This investigation exposes how Dangote's coal mining is allegedly poisoning the lifeblood of Benue communities, their rivers. This is courageous journalism that uncovers the human cost of industrial pollution and gives a voice to those who are being silenced.
What makes this article stand out is how it connects people's lives with the environmental and the health damage caused by Dangote's coal mines. It's powerful because it's not just about pollution, it's about the families living through it. The journalists did strong field work, talking to residents, experts, and local authorities, and even backed it all up with lab tests that give the story real credibility. The piece could be a bit shorter and visually more attractive, maybe with clearer pics or infographics, but overall, it's an impressive and impactful investigation, one that really shows the power of journalism to inform and to push for change.
Congratulations. So, let's hear you now.
Oh my God. Good evening, everyone. I think this is my first ever nomination, as well as my first ever international award.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations. So when I set out to write the story, I actually wrote the story as a result of passion. And I was able to pitch the story to the WAMECA Center for Investigative Journalism. And I was so fortunate that they approved the story. So I believe this will motivate me to do more. And this shows that the sky is the starting point. Thank you.
Congratulations, Adedokun. Congratulations. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, we've come to the moment we've all been waiting for. The grand moment that is keeping everyone on the edge of their seats to see who emerges the West Africa Journalist of the Year award. Delali, who do you think it will be? So take a deep breath. Perhaps this is where we rub our hands to give our loudest applause. On this note, I wonder who it will be, but well, let me now invite our Honorable Minister to do the presentation for us. Yes, a round of applause for him, please. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout the night. Can we have the video for the finalists for the West African Journalist of the Year award, please?
And now, the West Africa Journalist of the Year 2025.
Et à présent, le prix 2025 du meilleur journaliste d'Afrique de l'Ouest.
The finalists are Zongo Dauda,
Okay.
Wakatsera, Burkina Faso, Jemilat Abdurrashid Nasiru, and Ibrahim Manzer, The Cable, Nigeria, Duti Kansigwibe, Labali, Togo, Shaibu Husseini, Lieutenant, Togo, Abdul Rashid Hamad, Pen Press, Nigeria, Farouk Umar Shwaibu, Daily Trust Nigeria, Nigeria, Adedokun Theophilus, National Record, Nigeria, Kunle Adebajo, Human Girl, Nigeria, Bakari Majid, Premium Times, Nigeria.
Should we take a pause? Should we take a pause? In Ghana, we say Obiniyem.
Do you want to do a drum roll?
A drum roll. Can we get a drum roll?
The West African Journalist of the Year 2025, coming straight out of Nigeria, Kunle Adebayo.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Kunle, congratulations. Wow. Wow, wow.
Et donc, Kunle a remporté le prix du journaliste de l'année.
Wow.
Mesdames et messieurs,
Thank you very much,
pour
Honorable
Kunle.
Minister.
A round of applause for Kunle, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, Kunle, congratulations to you. Congratulations. So, I'm interested to see the video that made you win the West Africa Journalist of the Year. If we have a video, can we play it?
The story we honor tonight is a masterclass in digital era investigative journalism. Bold, data-driven, and unflinchingly relevant.
What stood out for us in this story is how original and bold it is. It looks into the online fundraising networks that actually help sustain IPOB's armed struggle.
The story by Human Angle in Nigeria stands out for its extraordinary synthesis of digital forensic, conflict analysis, and accountability reporting. Through meticulous open source intelligence and cross-border research, the reporter traced how diaspora money or diaspora-led crowdfunding and cryptocurrencies networks were financing violence in Nigeria's southeast, revealing a complex web of illicit financial flows that transcends borders and platforms. This investigation does more than say money is moving. It actually shows how it moves, who moves it, where it goes, and what it buys. It connects digital fundraising to human harm, linking online donations to real-world violence with precision and care. The reporting is rigorous, yet accessible, technical, but never detached, human, but never sentimental.
We also liked the human touch, especially the widow story that gives emotion to a complex topic. It could have been even stronger with a few more voices for balance, but overall, it's a powerful, tremendous piece of journalism. Well done.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, we want to hear from you, certainly.
Oh, there's not much else to say. I'm deeply, deeply honored. I'm super grateful. All the superlatives in the world, just insert them in those sentences. I, again, thank the MFWA I thank the team behind this experience. It's been a wonderful couple of days. From the master class to even the master class from the jury members tonight has also been really, really helpful. I want to say congratulations to all the finalists. You are all doing fantastic work. And yeah, see you at the top. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
Kule
Thank you
is
so much,
obviously
Kule.
lost for words. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, certainly this brings us to a wrap for the awards night. At this point, I would like to invite my colleague, Dr. Daniel Ampofwe-J, to come and give us the vote of thanks, after which we would invite all the award winners upstage for a group photo. So please don't leave yet.
Hello. A young man went to his father and made a request for a particular kind of shoe. The man loves his son so much and he will do anything the boy asks for.
Et donc, un jeune homme va voir son père et demande une chaussure spécifique. Et le père aime si tant son fils qu'il ferait tout pour lui offrir ce qu'il demande.
So he searched all the shops where he could find that kind of shoe. He wasn't successful until one day he went abroad, found the exact same type and bought them.
Et donc, il a fait le tour de tous les points de vente de chaussures et il n'a pas trouvé dans son pays. Ensuite, il a voyagé à l'extérieur et a trouvé cette chaussure-là.
When he got home, the first thing he did was to release the shoes to the little boy, and immediately he ran to his room.
Et donc, quand il est revenu, la première des choses qu'il a faite, c'est de donner cette chaussure-là à son enfant. Et cet enfant a tout de suite couru dans sa chambre.
The man was surprised, so he went to the room and asked his son, "This is very much unlike you. You would express appreciation for every little thing I do for you."
Et donc, curieux, le père suit son fils et lui demande, « Mais qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Ceci ne te ressemble pas. »
Are these not the exact shoes we were looking for?
N'est-ce donc pas les chaussures que tu recherchais?
So the boy looked straight into his father's face and said, "Father."
Et donc, l'enfant, regardant son père droit dans les yeux, lui dit, « Père,
As you can see me behind my computer, I've used all the tools, the AI tools, the internet, looking for better expression than thank you to tell you."
Et donc, comme tu me vois assis derrière mon ordinateur, j'essaie de trouver toutes les expressions avec tous les instruments que j'ai pour te dire merci.
But since I couldn't find any,
comme je n'ai pas pu trouver,
Father,
Père,
thank you.
Merci.
So, Honorable Minister,
et donc, Monsieur le ministre,
the moment we confirmed your coming,
dès que nous avons su que vous viendrez,
we deployed a team to search.
Nous avons mis notre équipe sur le terrain.
Unfortunately, we couldn't find any better expression.
Mais nous n'avons pas pu trouver un mot plus approprié pour vous remercier.
So all that we can say is thank you.
Et donc tout ce qu'on peut vous dire, c'est merci.
To all our partners, to ECOWAS, and particularly to our sponsors.
À tous nos partenaires, à la CEDEAO et aussi à nos partenaires financiers.
We're talking about co-develop.
On parle de co-develop.
DW Academy.
La DW Academy.
Oxfam in Ghana.
Oxfam au Ghana.
The 11th Hour Project.
Le 11th Hour Project.
African Enda.
African Enda.
MTN Ghana.
MTN Ghana.
GCB Bank Ghana.
GCB Bank
We
au
can't
Ghana.
stop thanking you.
Nous ne pouvons jamais assez vous remercier.
Our appreciation is an application for more.
Notre remerciement est aussi un moyen de vous demander de continuer à nous soutenir.
We are also grateful to the powerful jury for your expert judgment.
Un grand remerciement aussi à notre grand jury pour leur soumission experte.
We are grateful to the GJA.
Nous sommes très reconnaissants à l'Association des journalistes du Ghana.
And all the supporting partners who have been here, including the Alisa staff.
Et tous ceux qui nous ont soutenus, y compris l'équipe de l'hôtel Alisa.
To the MFWA team.
À l'équipe de la Media
Once
Foundation.
again, you have demonstrated commitment and teamwork.
Encore une fois, vous avez montré votre engagement
If
et
you
votre
are
travail
clapping,
d'équipe.
then please do it better.
Une salve d'applaudissements, s'il vous plaît.
On behalf of our executive director,
Et au nom de notre directeur exécutif,
the indefatigable Suleiman Brahima,
l'infatigable Suleiman Brahima,
and the entire MFWA fraternity,
et à au nom de toute l'équipe de la Fondation,
we want to wish all our traveling participants a safe and enjoyable trip back home.
on souhaite à tous nos participants qui ont fait le trajet pour
And
venir
say
ici
a big thank you to
un
all
bon
of you.
retour et un grand merci à tous.
Muito obrigado.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Muito obrigado.
À l'année
Thank you.
prochaine.
See you next year.
See you next year and thank
À
you
l'année
very much.
prochaine.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So until we meet again at WAMECA 2026, keep shining, keep inspiring, and keep telling the stories of West Africa. Good night and safe travels to everyone. Can we have the award winners please come up for a group photo?
À tous nos finalistes,
All the award winners, we
veuillez
need you
venir,
here
s'il vous
for
plaît,
a group
pour prendre
photo.
une photo de
Thank
groupe.
you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
All our award winners, we need you here, please.
Tous nos finalistes sont invités à venir sur scène, s'il vous plaît. We would like to invite all our finalists on stage, please, for a group picture. We would like to invite all our finalists on stage. Tous nos finalistes, s'il vous plaît. À tous nos finalistes, veuillez vous rendre sur scène pour une photo de groupe, s'il vous plaît.
Shall we have all finalists please be on stage?
Est-ce qu'on peut avoir
all
tous nos
finalists
sur scène, s'il
all
vous plaît?
the 26 finalists
À tous
for
nos 26
WAMECA
finalistes.
2025, please be on stage. And please come along with your citations and awards. All finalists, please come
prendre
along
avec
with your
vous
citations and
vos
awards.
certificats de mérite.
And I will beg of the grand jury to please be on hold for me. I want to take a group photo with you. All finalists and the award winners, be on stage with your citation and the awards. All finalists, please be on stage.